let's start with the so-called tougher side of the bracket, where Italy meets Spain. Both teams have gone unbeaten throughout the tournament, with Italy winning every single game up until the semis. For Spain, not such a smooth run, where they did pick up 2 draws in their first 2 matches, but have seemingly got better as the tournament progressed. So this would be a marquee affair where Italy and Spain have met more frequently at European Championships than any other team in Europe. They met in the round of 16 of Euro 2016, where Italy beat Spain 2-0. Spain did come into that competition as defending champions, and the Italians were responsible for knocking them out. They did meet in the final of Euro 2012, where Spain defeated Italy 4-0. They also met in the group stage of that tournament, where the game ended in a 1-1 draw. These teams also met in the quarterfinal of the 2008 Euros, where Spain defeated Italy 4-1 penalties and went on to win the whole tournament. They also met at Euro 1998, where the Italians won 1-0, and also at Euro 1990, where the game ended in a draw. So talk about frequent, these teams know each other very, very well. They have met each other on 37 occasions, with Spain winning 13, Italy winning 11, and 13 games ending in draws. So this one is so difficult to predict, guys. Oh man, listen. It's gonna be very, very difficult, but I have to predict, I have to make a call. Let's talk a bit about Italy. They came into the tournament after missing the 2018 World Cup, and they have been rebuilding under Roberto Mancini. They have been on a remarkable run, breaking their national record for their longest unbeaten streak, going up to 33 games without a loss. They have now won their last 13 consecutive games, and Roberto Mancini has this team playing some world-class football, and I mean in every single department. Donnarumma has been stellar in the goal. The defense have been very, very resolute. The midfield has been spectacular and very, very dynamic, and the forwards have been producing the goods. So when you analyze this Italian team, there's not many weaknesses that you can pick out. Because if you go back to the last round, where I thought that Belgium would have gotten the better of the Italians, it was a walk in the park for Italy, literally. When the Italians scored early and then they went up 2-0, Belgium did get back in the game, but after seeing what they were doing in the game, I had lost my confidence in Belgium. So disappointed to see this Belgium team go out, but it's because of how brilliant this Italian team has been. The speed of which they move the ball, the way they're so clinical in the final third of the field. And let's not even talk about how good they are defensively, with quintessential centre-backs in Bonucci and Chiellini protecting the goal. Listen, you expect nothing less than what we're seeing here, and you got to give credit to Roberto Mancini, the way he's used his team, the way he's rotated, and that midfield of Verratti, Jorginho, and Barella is going to be very, very difficult to outrun. So Spain got their work cut out for them coming up against this very, very resolute Italian team. No losses and only 2 goals conceded at the tournament so far. So it's going to take a lot to beat Italy. Italy will also be without their ace left back Leonardo Spinazzola, who did injure his Achilles in the game against Belgium. So this could be a weak point for the Italians going forward, something that the Spaniards could exploit, because I think slower, less creative Emerson is going to come into the team. And no disrespect to Emerson, but Spinazzola, no wonder he's number 1 left back right now for Italy. But let's see how it goes. Maybe Emerson will actually be the perfect replacement, in the fact that he would not get into the way of Insigne, so it could actually work out. But what I do like about this Italian team the most is their sharpness and their discipline. They play as a team, and it seems like they want to win the entire tournament. I'm just saying, every team want to win the tournament, but the Italians seem like they have a whole lot of drive, and they're very, very, very motivated, especially since they missed the last World Cup. They got a lot to prove. For Spain, I wasn't impressed with their first two matches, picking up draws against Sweden and also against Poland. They were very, very poor in front of goal, and that ineptness in front of goal have continued despite them scoring a lot of goals. Don't make the 5 against Slovakia and the 5 against Croatia fool you. This Spanish team had way more chances to score, and they have been very, very poor in front of goal. If we go back to the game against Switzerland, they had 28 shots, 10 on target, but could only put 1 in the back of the net. Coming up against this very good Italian team, Spain has to take their chances. I know historically they have a better record against the Italians, but right now at Euro 2020, I think Italy hold the aces here. Seriously, come on, it's a no-brainer. Look at how well they're playing. Look at how inconsistent Spain has been. But nevertheless, they have got the job done and they are in the semi-final. It wasn't easy for Spain against Croatia. They were pushed to 120 minutes. It wasn't easy for Spain against Swiss. They were also pushed to 120 minutes. So coming into this game on the back of 120 minutes game, this could have a negative effect on the Spanish team. But what Luis Enrique has done well throughout the tournament is rotate his team. And we may see rotation once again, but not big time rotation, where he did rotate the team in the last game against Switzerland by bringing in Jordi Alba, bringing in Ferran Torres. We may see maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 players go out, and we may see some rotation here just to keep the team fresh. And even though there's a few days between the quarterfinal and the semi-final, players would still be fatigued from the long and draining season they just had in La Liga or wherever they played their football last season. So keep an eye on the fatigue factor when it comes to this Spanish team. One of the reasons why this semi-final is so difficult to predict is because both teams have a possession-based style of football. Spain with their tiki-taka and the Italians like to control the game. It's going to be interesting to see who gets most of the ball, or will it be split 50-50? Are we going to have an end-to-end game, or would we see Spain dominate in possession and the Italians just sit back and look to break on the counter? Whatever we see in this game, I know we're going to get a good game, and it may even take 120 minutes or even penalties to separate these two sides. I really like what I see from the Italians, man. They have been very, very, very convincing. As for Spain, not so much. It took them extra time to beat Croatia. They kept letting in these goals, and then against Switzerland, when they had the lead, they allowed Switzerland to get back in the game, and they almost lost it on penalties. They're also not very, very good on taking penalties. Unai Simon had to come up with a couple big saves there as well. So look, I think Italy hold the aces, and I have to make a prediction. It's not going to be an easy prediction, but my prediction will be Italy to move on to the final to face one of England or Denmark. Sorry, Spain, but gotta say adios. No disrespect to Spain. If they do get the better of the Italians, I won't be surprised as well. But I'm gonna go for Italy. Let me know your prediction in the comment section down below.